Happy Monday, co-creators, and welcome to another edition of Teena Sessions, 365 inspirational quotes with me, your life coach, Teena Jones. How is everyone doing on this Monday? Hope your day is going well. Hope it went well, no matter time of day you may be listening to Teena Sessions. If you had a hard day, let it go. Take a nice deep breath and begin again. Whether you're new or you're one of my loyal viewers, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in on this day. Well, it's Monday, and on Mondays we talk about health and wellness, and today is no different. Today's quote is by Robert Holden, and here it is. Life always gets better when you treat yourself better. Isn't that the truth? Robert Holden wrote a book called Shift Happens. And he tells this story in the book that I thought was pretty, interesting, I'll say, that I wanted to talk about it today and use it as a platform to discuss on how we treat ourselves. So Robert is a psychotherapist, and he was teaching at National Institute of the Blind in England. He was teaching a class on confidence and self-esteem. And it was an all-boys school. And so he had a class full of about 25 boys, and they were just like any other teenage boys, horsing around playing, except they were all blind. And after the class was over, one young man asked if he could ask him a question. Once all the students left, he said, yeah. He said, I've been blind all my life. And he told Robert that he was 15 years old and that, by him coming there and the classes that he was teaching, he had grown to trust Robert, the instructor. And so he felt that he would tell him the truth. Now, Robert didn't know what this young guy was going to ask him. So the young man proceeded and he said, is something wrong with me? And Robert said, what do you mean? He said, how do I look? Am I ugly? Am I unattractive? And Robert thought, man, no, you're handsome, you're tall and slender. And the boy said, really? He's like, yeah. And Robert went ahead and described him, how he had a chiseled chin and all that kind of good stuff, and what color his eyes was. And the boy got very emotional. He was just so happy. He was like, so there's nothing wrong with me? And he was like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. Now, he's blind. He's been born blind. But because he couldn't see himself, he still had a self-image issue. And that just really was perplexing to me, and I thought, wow. And so I wanted to talk about there's nothing wrong with you. And I wrote a commentary about this very subject. The fear that something's wrong with you is your greatest block to joy, peace, love, and happiness. As long as you feel that there's something wrong, bad, or lacking, that you're not any good, that you're not good enough, your life will reflect this belief. It will appear that others are rejecting you, that the world is rejecting you, that you're getting bad breaks. But really, it's a reflection of you. It's just a mirror back of how you feel about yourself. To you, if you have this kind of belief that you're not good enough and that there's something wrong with you, then fate is unkind. Life is against you. God is judging you all the time. Heaven is punishing you. But in fact, it is you that's condemning you. And I really want you to really understand that if you are constantly condemning you, that's what you're going to get back as a reflection of that belief system. Your mind and your thought process is very powerful. And so it all begins and ends with you. You can't wait to get permission from the world that you're okay, because people can praise you all day long. But if you don't have that belief about yourself, it'll just fall on deaf ears, and nothing lasting will change. Nothing lasting will change because you won't believe it. It all begins with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It doesn't matter what mistakes you have made in the past. With the story that I told, he meant from a physical standpoint. But the message that I want you to know is no matter what decisions that you've made, you've got to stop beating yourself up. You've got to start seeing yourself through the light in which God sees you. And it's not through judgment eyes. It's through eyes of love. But you can't feel that or see that because of the condemnation that you give yourself. If you continue on this train of thought, then life will continue to be a struggle for you. Successes won't come to you. Happiness won't last. Love won't last. And you definitely won't have any peace because of this type of mindset. When you let go of that kind of mindset, because it's Monday and we're talking about healing and wellness, the perception that you have of yourself is what's in need of healing. That's what's ill, is your perception. And any good psychotherapy strives to help you change the lenses of yourself, the way you see yourself. True psychotherapy is designed to help shift you from where you want to be, from where you are to where you want to be, and from the illusion that something is wrong with you. And so we provide different tools and techniques so that you can heal these wounds inside of yourself. If you constantly beat yourself in your mind, no matter if it's about how you pay your bills, the money you may have spent, I know many of you may beat yourself up that you spent too much money, you shouldn't have done that, tax season is here. And I know many people, may have gone through their tax money and now they can't even really identify where did it go. And so instead of beating yourself up, you've got to take a look and see where do I need healing at? Not constantly judging yourself and berating yourself. That doesn't do anything but just continue to perpetuate what you do not want. And so what you are in need of is a healing, a mind healing. That's it. The first thing that I would do, one of the exercises that I would recommend that you start today, is start seeing the good in other people. No matter who you come across, set the intention that I'm going to see the good in this person. It can be just one thing, it could be more than one thing. But as you continue to do this, you will strengthen the light in you. There's a saying that whenever you greet someone, and it's with Hinduism, it's called namaste. And namaste is the light in me, or the God in me salutes the God in you. So every time you come into someone's presence, you say namaste. And every time you leave, it's almost like a hello and goodbye. Every time you leave, namaste. The God in me sees the God in you. And it's like you're bowing down to the God in them, and then vice versa. So it's similar to that in that you set the intention that I'm going to see the good in everyone that I come across. If you set that intention, you will do it. And it's a byproduct of strengthening the things you have about yourself that you have not healed, because some of those wounds are deep. They really are. And you have to do the work in order to uncover what it is. The only thing that you're doing is you are reaping the negative benefit of those belief systems. So you're getting results of, financial issues or debt, or maybe the type of relationships you attract. So it comes out in that form. But you've got to get to the root cause. And one of the key things is that, if you practice this exercise, it helps to get to that cause. A lot of times it's really difficult for people to uncover the deep-seated issues that are inside of them. It can be painful, to open old wounds, but it's necessary. Oftentimes we try to fix things, but things need healing and not just fixing. There's two different things. If you try to put a Band-Aid over a gunshot wound, you're not getting any results. And many of you emotionally have gunshot wounds, and you need a deep healing. You need that mental surgery to heal those deep wounds that are inside of you. So one of the key things that I would do in order to start this process is start seeing the good in everyone you can come in contact with. Make it a point to do it from the time you wake up in the morning all throughout the day. And you're going to see in the beginning, it's going to be a little work because your mind is so conditioned to judge. And when you are judging someone else, you're really talking about yourself. You just don't have the courage to really say it. Sometimes we beat ourselves up with words. That's the truth. But in other ways, we can't see in ourselves, our shadow selves, and we're going to do a session on the shadow self one day. But the things that we cannot see in ourselves, we judge in other people. So if you start this exercise, I'm going to tell you it's going to be difficult at first because your mind is conditioned to see bad in people. Your mind is conditioned to judge. But if you make it a point, and if you truly want to heal, like you say you want to heal, then start this very powerful exercise today. No matter who you come in contact with, no matter what you're doing, you will see the good inside of everyone. That is your assignment to do. And give me some feedback if you have any questions at all at naturalborncoach@hotmail.com. This is a very powerful, powerful exercise, and it's also very healing, you know. And so I encourage each and every one of you to start doing this today, because once you do that, oh my God, miracles upon miracles. The blocks that you have in areas, and you know the blocks in your life. You know what's working and what hasn't been working, you know. And once you do this, just like the quote, life gets better and better. Doors begin to open up for you. All right? All right. So the affirmation of the day is I choose to see the light inside of you. That's it. I choose to see the light inside of you. Well, if you're ready for the guided meditation, let's get started. If you need to change rooms, close your eyes while I set the music, go ahead and do that. Whatever you need to do to prepare for the guided meditation. For those of you that are new, we do a 1 to 2 minute guided meditation to kind of help rejuvenate you and relax you. I'm a big proponent of meditation, and it's something that I do to kind of entice you, if you will, to meditate on your own, you know, to really get you excited, that it's a joy to meditate, you know, and we do it with music. And so that's why it's called guided meditation. Ultimately, you want to get to a point where you don't need the music and you just have a quiet mind. But for those that are not ready for that, we do music. So you can do it for as long as you want with music, as long as you're doing it, you know. That's the whole point, is that I want to get people excited about meditating, because once you accomplish that, then you have created a whole new paradigm shift for yourself. All right? So with your eyes closed, go ahead and take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and let go. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release, and let go. And just allow the sound of my voice and the background music to help take you down into deep, deep meditation slumber. Everything is unfolding right on time for me. I'm learning to see and appreciate the light in others. And as I continue to do this, I strengthen the light inside of myself. My life is getting better and better. With every breath I take, my world is unfolding in such a beautiful and miraculous way. All my good is right here and right now. And I have more good to come. I wait with joy in my heart, knowing that it's on its way. I'm enjoying my life as it is, and I'm beginning to heal all the wounds that are inside of me. It feels so good to be free. I am free. I am free. And so it is. Thank you all for another edition of Teena Sessions for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.